This will get you 3 appointments right away. It'll get you 3 appointments right away, and all of a sudden, I'm getting all these texts from people. Hey, welcome back to the Tom Ferry Show. Today, I want to share with you 3 simple hacks to get you more listings right now. Let's start though first with a mindset. I wrote this down. I talk about it all the time. I want you to decide to be an appointment setting, value delivering, trust building machine. Let me say it to you again. I want you to decide to be an appointment setting, value delivering, trust building machine, AKA build your business the right way by getting in front of as many people as you can, delivering your value, delivering your service, and they're either a yes or a no, and either way is fine. Make sense? Now, to do that, why don't I give you some easy things you can do to get more appointments right away? Now, the very first thing, I've been talking about this for, I would say 6 or 7 years. You might even know it, and that is simply this. You, right now, if you grabbed your phone and I said, go to your phone book app and go all the way to Z and then go from Z up, tell me, how many of those people have you talked to in the last week, month, year, decade? There's a pretty good chance that most of those people aren't getting regular communication. Maybe they're getting an email, maybe they're getting some direct mail, but when was the last time you reached out to them personally in a simple, elegant, modern way and sent them a text that could activate them as a potential seller? Here's the assignment. I want you to go to the very bottom of your phone book app or your phone book, and I want you to text every single person a script, something like this. You ready? Hey name, the spring market is already here. Question, comma, have you had any thoughts of selling in 2020? Let's talk. Here's the script. Hey name, fill in their name. The spring market is already here. Question, have you had any thoughts of selling in 2020? Question mark, let's talk. Now, of course, you can personalize it. You can say, oh my goodness, haven't talked to you in forever. A recent sale just happened down the street. Gotta ask, with the spring market already being here, have you? And then you go into the script. So I have been teaching this for years. I used to do it live in seminars where I would say, I got $100 for the first person that could book an appointment. And inevitably, people sitting in the middle of the seminar would take the script, copy, paste, change the name, send, copy, paste, change the name, send. And all of a sudden someone would go, hey, I got one. And literally in real time, right there on the spot, sitting in a seminar, people were getting listing appointments. Now, what do I know? When you do the same, it's an instant hack. It is the easiest thing you can do. But the key is, don't text the same people you already know that you're already in communication with. I'm not saying don't text them. Go to the people you're not in regular communication with first. Activate those people. Some of them might say, who are you? And you could say, hey, it's me, Tom Ferry, Banana Real Estate. Just thinking about you. The market's really heating up. Have you had any thoughts? Like, you want to engage. And here's the thing. What's the worst case scenario? Someone says no. If they say no, say, what about 2021, 2022, right? You can keep going. You can ask a few more questions. The bottom line is this. This is the easiest hack. Kelly Gitt, right? On Instagram. I posted this a couple weeks ago and I just said, hey, on my Instagram stories, I dare you to take this script, send it to 25 people, 10 people, whatever your number is. And I challenge you sitting here on this Saturday or Sunday or whenever you're watching this to do the same. Tomorrow, if you're watching the football games, tonight, right? Like whenever, just get on the phone. And if you swipe to the right, I've got a couple scripts for you, including, hey Tom, we're thinking about waiting until the summer or fall to get our home on the market, and an objection handler just for you. All right, let me know how you do. See you soon. You'll book a couple appointments right now. And then I was a little more verbose. That's not even a word.
Verbose?
Verbose, right? That word, no editing. And I literally said, this will get you 3 appointments right away. It'll get you 3 appointments right away. And all of a sudden, I'm getting all these texts from people. I'm getting all these DMs from people. And right on my Instagram where I posted the video, Kelly Gitt from Bradenton, Florida, hope I'm saying that right, but I already screwed up verbose or whatever that word is, in Florida, sends me, she's like, Tom, I just got my first appointment. And then minutes later, she replies, I'm now up to 3. Now, I don't know about you, but if you're watching this right now, there's a pretty good chance that you're like, okay, Tom, I need some action. I need to get something going. This is the easiest thing you can do. Stop watching the video right now, grab your phone, send that text over and over and over, and watch what happens. Now, little side note. when I do this live in events and people say, okay, Tom, I just sent it. Look, they said, okay, I'm interested. What do I do? What the natural tendency is, you want to call them. Stay in digital rapport, right? Instead, when they say, what should I do? You say, well, why don't I put together the comps? Take it easier. Don't be so aggressive. You've already asked a question that's pretty out there, right? Hey, have you had any thoughts of selling? The market's really heating up. Spring market's already here, right? Things are bananas. They've said yes. Don't pick up the phone. Continue to text until you say, what would be the best time for us to get together Monday, Tuesday at 4, right? Very important to stay in digital rapport, and don't break rapport by calling that person, because the odds are they're sitting at work answering your text. Make sense? So that's number one. Number two is another easy hack that I've talked about for years. It's super effective. I bet you haven't done it yet, and that's why I'm sharing it. If you're on Instagram and you're paying attention to the social trends, Instagram stories is where all the action is. So what I tell people is, I want you basically to post, call it 4 things. The first one is, I want you to post a little state of the union on buyer demand in your area, right? So you could say, talking to one of my clients in Seattle, we've got a 4-second supply of inventory right now in the $500,000 average sales price. Kidding, but not kidding, right? So you want to give them some information. This is what's happening right now. Go to your title rep, go to your manager, go to KCM, just grab buyer demand data, and that's the first thing you want to post. So now your friend's like, all right, so they're telling me something here about the market. That's interesting. Then, B, I want to take a photo of a home in your area, maybe one of your sellers, and I want to add this caption to it. You ready? Add this caption. Are you living in your dream home now? Are you living in your dream home now? And then you hit that little button where you can add the yes/no polling, and you put it directly below, looking just like this. Now, once you have that, then you want to go to C, or the third one, is you're going to add another story with this caption. Have you had any thoughts of selling in 2020 or 2021? And again, the same yes/no poll, looking just like this. So imagine now, I'm on your Instagram story, we're friends, I see this, and the first one is, wow, buyer demand is really strong, there's not a lot of nice homes on the market. Then the next one, and I don't even have to click now, it just automatically goes to the next one, and it says, are you living in your dream home now, yes or no? And I'm like, no, which is what most people are gonna say. No, I'm not living in my dream home now. I would love it if I had an extra, space in my garage. I'd love it if I had a 2-story. I'd love it if I had a pool, right? I'd love it if I was closer to X, right? So most people are gonna say, no, they're not living in their dream home now. No. Then they go to the next one and it's like, have I had any thoughts of selling in 2020? Yes or no? And here's the reality. I'd guess 85% of the people are gonna go, nope, 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 nope. You're looking for the 5%, 10%, 15%, 20% that say, yes, yes, yes. As a matter of fact, I am thinking about it. And what did you just generate? Listing opportunities from people you already know that you probably haven't engaged with and you probably haven't sent a text message to, or they could be these random people that are following you because you're putting out content and they're paying attention to you, right? It's almost like these are prospects and opportunities that you normally wouldn't engage with. How good is that on something like Instagram? And then here's the last thing I wrote down. Then I want you to add one more story with this caption. If you said, in quotes, no, I'm curious, at what price would you decide to sell? Now, if you really want to do well, and I know you do because you are a value delivering, appointment setting, trust building machine, what are you going to do? I want you to go right through every single person on your phone. You just click it, you see below every single person that responded, and whether they said yes or no, send them a private message. Hey Mark, just want to say thanks so much for the comment. I know you're living in your dream home now. I'm so happy that I sold it to you as an example. Like that, just that friendly, personal, scaling the unscalable, which is what most people are unwilling to do, to connect with them and just say thanks. And of course, the ones that said, I am interested, in that case, what are you gonna say? Hey, thanks so much for responding to this poll, right? Why don't we get together in the next few weeks, or would you like me to put together the stats and give you some insight and information? Like, what's the next step? Don't be too aggressive, because remember, you're really just DMing right now over Instagram. But the bottom line is this: if they're willing to answer your questions, just like you've heard me say on podcasts and lives and everything else, you have to go out of your way to respond to every one of those people that took the time to answer yes or no. Does that make sense? And when you do that, you scale trust, you build more rapport, and you set more appointments. And that was the hack that I promised. Now, I'm going to give you the last one. By the way, I don't know if you see this here. I keep this with me. My clients gave it to me, a wonderful mastermind group of Team Plus members from the East Coast, as my constant reminder to row. You with me on this? And if you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, you need to get to know. Here's the deal. You can row getting on the phone, you can row knocking on doors, you can row just texting and posting Instagram, and you can win listings. These are the hacks that are working in the modern world, my friend. I want you to do them. Here's an old school one. It's a hack and we know it works. If you were to go back and look at all of your transactions, homes that you sold 2 years ago to 5 years ago, what do we know? Home prices have basically gone like this. Now, you might say, Tom, in my area, you're one of my friends in Connecticut, right? Which, for some reason in the US, it seems to be the one state where home prices are flat, and there's a whole bunch of economic and government reasons why. But every other state in the US, almost every province in Canada, except for some of my friends in the middle, right? Home prices have continued to go like this, just like they have in Europe, just like they have in South America. Like, it's been really good around the world, and I know there's pockets where it isn't. So maybe you're not going to do this, or you will because you're paying attention. And that is, I want to go back and I want to do a CMA for every one of those clients I sold a house to 2 years ago to 5 years ago. And if you're a rock star agent, that could be 50, 100, 200, 300, 500 people, depending upon the size of your agent business or your team business. And what I want you to do is get a reasonable number that you can put together a beautiful CMA, and they're about a handwritten note. And the handwritten note, yellow sticky, in your writing, put your card under it, and literally just say, hey Mark, congratulations, you've done really well. Look what's happened to the value of your property. Curious, had any thoughts of trading up or trading down? So again, hey Mark, handwritten note. Now, if you're writing this horrible, have someone else do it. Congratulations, you've done really well. Look what's happened to the value of your property. Have you had any thoughts, curious, have you had any thoughts of trading up or trading down in 2020 or beyond? Question mark, let me know. You put that into a beautiful CMA. You mail 5 a week, 10 a week. Now, do you have something powerful to follow up on? Do you have a reason to reach out to these customers and say, hey, did you receive the information? Congratulations. Oh gosh, Tom, thank you so much. I know we're paying attention. We are so happy with this investment. We love living here. We got no thoughts of selling, but by the way, call Martha, call Bob, call Jose. Like, they're thinking about doing something. The reality is that little hack of just being the knowledge broker, being thoughtful enough to reach out and take care of your clients in a more meaningful way than just an email or an e-alert, or worse, having them go to some portal and figure out the value of their home versus you being the one that does it for them. So those are my 3 simple hacks. My request is you take this line and you hang it in your office and you remind yourself that you are a lean, mean appointment setting machine. Send me a text, let me know how you're doing, make a comment below, let me know your results. Can you book 3 appointments this week, 5 appointments this week? Can you have a monstrous run of 20 appointments in the next month? When you do that, I want to know. Remember always, your strategy matters, and now more than ever, it's time to row.